Hi, it's John here again. So I'm sorry it's been a while since my last video, but I've had a very good reason. So I've recently purchased a new puppy, and the reason behind that mainly is it was the best way that I could see to get myself to go out and be more active. So I have to take the pup for a walk every day, regardless of weather. So Yogi has arrived. Now Yogi's a cockapoo, and he's a bundle of fur and he's a bundle of fun. And I have to say the last few weeks have been pretty exciting. A lot of hard work. Puppies, they're a big distraction. You know, I've kind of put my life on hold for the last few weeks just to help Yogi settle in, get used to our house, get used to us, and get used to a routine. And it's been a phenomenal few weeks. Yogi's got a great character, and I can honestly say I've learnt more from him than he probably has from me. The amazing thing about puppies, they teach us so much about what we should be like. And I want to talk about that today. So if I look at Yogi and what he's brought to my life, he's brought a lot of joy to my life. You know, he makes me laugh. In a very short space of time, I knew that, you know, I loved him, and I couldn't really imagine my life without him. So Yogi was able to show me unconditional love. So there was no strings attached. There was nothing, no games, no bullshit, nothing. He adapted and settled into our house, into our family very, very quickly. And his basic requirements are he needs somewhere to pee, he needs somewhere to poo, he needs fed, and he needs attention. So for the first few weeks he couldn't go out because he didn't have his injections. So I had to limit him to the back garden there. So amazingly, Yogi would just follow me. I just walk around the garden and Yogi would just follow me. And he still does that. So when I take him down to the beach now, I don't need a lead on him. I know I take a lead with me, and I'm sure it's bad form for most people that I take a dog out for a walk without a lead, but hey ho. Yogi just runs around, and he never gets more than 10 or 12 feet away from me. And he's always looking back, checking I'm still there. So he's got his independence, he's got his freedom, free will if you like. But he still likes to check in to see that his main source of food is still there. So this unconditional love is a wonderful thing. Yogi loves me, I know that, and I love him. And there's no conditions. Yogi doesn't have to behave well for me to love him. He doesn't have to behave badly. He doesn't have to perform tricks like a circus animal, you know. He just has to be Yogi. And me and him, we have a lot of fun together. You know, I'm convinced he just sees me as a massive big chew toy. And we have a lot of rough and tumble, you know, and he bites the crap out of me, but that's my own fault, you know. And I'm trying to teach him that you can't just jump up on people and think that they are me and that they'll want to play with you in the same way as I do. And you can't bite them. So I have to put my hand up there and say, yeah, that's my fault, not his. But even when I have to discipline him, and believe me, I don't like doing it, but you have to do it. But even when I do, when he goes a little bit overboard and he goes for my throat instead of, like, you know, chewing my hand, I have to discipline him. I have to give him a little scalp and set his boundaries for him. Now, even when I do that, within a few seconds, forgiveness is there. Yogi forgives me. I wish to hell it would be quicker for me, because I don't like hitting dogs. I really don't. But he forgives you very quickly. And he accepts this is a correction to his behaviour. And he becomes all kind of sooky, as I call it. And he snuffles up to you and he nudges your arm, and, you know, he licks your hand and licks your face. And it's a wonderful thing. That can teach us so much. That despite him being disciplined and he got a little smack, he has it within himself to forgive very quickly. And it reminds me of a little story I used to tell people, you know, that if you ever want to experience unconditional love, it's very simple. You put your dog and your wife in the boot of your car, that's the trunk of your car for anybody in North America, and you come back after 4 hours and you see who's still happy to see you. So that to me shows, you know, there's no restrictions on his love, you know. He is happy to see you. You can be gone for 30 seconds or 3 hours and he's still happy to see you. The little tail's going and, you know, his big smiley face. And it's wonderful. And as I said, for the last few weeks, Yogi's been teaching me so much more than I've been able to teach him. Yes, he can sit and he can, you know, take command from me, and usually, you know, I mean, he's a pup, you know, he goes astray sometimes. But on the whole, you know, he takes good command from me. But what he's teaching me so much relates to this spiritual journey that I'm on. And I look at him and think, wow, what a teacher. What a fabulous teacher. You know, he doesn't hold a grudge. So if I give him a smack, he's not going to pounce on me at 3 o'clock in the morning and bite my face off. You know, there's no revenge. There's no, I don't know, there's no hate in him at all. You know, there's no negative. I mean, he gets very excited when we're playing, and he'll do crazy things. You know, he will just run around the room, slide on the floors, and then he'll jump and bite me, you know. And sometimes that means he's biting my arse, sometimes that means he's biting my face. And that one's not so good, you know. But in the heart of Yogi, it is pure joy. He just wants to play. He wants to have fun. And I think as humans, we have a lot to learn about that side. And I've always believed, like, you know, especially in your work life, if you're not happy what you're doing, it is a miserable existence for you. But if you are doing something you love, and you're having fun, and you enjoy it, it doesn't even feel like a job. It doesn't even feel like work. The day just passes so quickly. So, my life has changed so much in the last few weeks. And okay, I'll make an admission here. So the main reason I actually got Yogi was at the end of May I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and they were wanting to medicate me immediately. So that's not ideal for me. So I wanted to try things myself first. So the first thing that I had to do was lose weight, control my diet, and increase my activity. So being the fat lazy shit that I am, I wasn't being active. I changed my diet completely. I cut out chocolate, I lowered the amount of carbs I was taking, I cut out all the crap food that I really enjoy, and I started listening to my body. And my body was telling me it was needing vegetables, it was needing salad, it was needing more water, and I started listening to it, and that was kind of freaky, by the way, you know. But I started tuning into myself, And the more my diet changed, the more I tuned into myself. But I still wasn't being active. So an opportunity arose to buy Yogi, and I took it, knowing that I have to do it. I can't, this little pup can't stay indoors all the time. It's a shame for him. So it makes me do the activities that I need to do to help my own health. But as it turns out, I absolutely adore going out with Yogi for walks. And I'm reconnecting with nature again as well, which is amazing. So when I'm out with Yogi, it's not a chore for me. I don't feel I have to do it. I want to do it now. And one of his favourite places, and one of mine as well, I take him down to the beach. And as I said, he's really good. You know, he doesn't need a leash. And I let him off, and away he goes, you know. But as I said, he always stops. He looks back to see where I am, and then he carries on. But what I've noticed he's kind of doing a circle around me as I'm walking along the beach. So I'm doing maybe 2 miles a day. He's doing about 7 or 8. You know, it's incredible. And he's really coming on. You know, he's socialising with other dogs now. He's socialising with people, and everybody loves him. You know, because you just look at him and he seems, you know, you see him. He's a happy dog. He really is. And he's always happy to see people. The little tail's going. He's got really soft, fluffy fur. It's amazing, honest to God. And yes, I spoil him. Of course I do. But so does Mrs. B as well, you know, so we're probably about equal in that one. But the change in my life. So since Yogi came into my life, weight-wise, I'm down almost 3 stone in weight since the end of May. My blood sugar level has dropped 11 points in the first 3 months, which is a great sign. You know, it's showing the diabetic team that I'm able to manage my own levels. So by making changes to my diet, by making changes to my lifestyle, I've been able to show that I can manage this. So the other thing is the cholesterol levels and the blood pressure, they're not coming down at the same rate, but again, it's just something that needs tweaking. Again, it's just something I need to listen to my body about. I've had to change how I look at life. I've had to make these adjustments. Because before, I used to meditate first thing in the morning, and I used to meditate last thing at night. And I've had to change that routine because first thing in the morning, the biggest priority is making sure Yogi makes it outside to do a poo. Or make it to a pad to do a pee. And he needs fed. You know, he's very expressive about that in the morning, you know. So when I start to meditate, what I found was Yogi doesn't understand that I'm meditating. So he still wants to play. And he doesn't get my attention. He's got a few tricks up his sleeve, you know. And I must admit, I found it really distracting trying to meditate when there's a dog humping your leg, you know. But now, I actually meditate to the rhythm of his humping. So, as I said, I've made some changes, you know. But I've actually got Yogi. Yogi's a fantastic, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Yogi shows me where my energy levels are at. So when I meditate, my energy levels kind of come inside, you know, and they're quite calm, they're quite low. And Yogi just lies down at my feet for the 10-15 minutes, and he does nothing, you know. And then when we're out walking, I'm quite excited and I'm happy to be out. So he's bouncing around all over the place, you know. So again, he shows me where my energy levels are at because he's responding to my energy. And if I'm sad, he senses it and he comes up and he'll nudge me and he'll be really gentle with me. He'll lick my face and he'll show me love. When I'm happy, he celebrates with me. He bounces around, he bites me, we play. And it's just phenomenal. So if you're ever looking for that special addition to your life that is guaranteed to put a smile on your face all day, even through the most draining times when it's a fourth poop you're cleaning up in about 3 hours, where the kitchen floor is just awash with dog pee, you've stepped in it 4 or 5 times that day, and you know you're feeling you still just take one look at the puppy and your face just lights up. So again, I'm sorry it's been a few weeks, but I hope you understand. And I think it's been worth it for me, because he's given me so much love. He's given me so much enjoyment, and he's actually been extremely good for my health. So I will include Yogi in the shenanigans going forward. He's currently sleeping. He's just been out for a big walk, so he's pooped. He's lying crashed out. So I will introduce you to Yogi in the next week or two, and he will be part of the shenanigans going forward. So I hope you're all well, stay safe, and I'll speak to you soon.